Hello everybody, Avion Solar here. So I've recently made the head of professional standards for the Los Santos Police Service. Now, this means I'm no longer the head of the frontline division, so I'm not in charge of response and R&D anymore. It means I get this nice new suit. But it does mean that I'm going to be looking into complaints that are received by the Los Santos Police Service from members of the public and other officers, and investigating allegation misconduct, as well as criminal offences that officers may have conducted while on duty. Now, in this video today, we're going to be looking at one such instance where I've been investigating Police Constable Alex Finn. It's quite a long video and it's quite in-depth into the investigation, so I hope you can bear with it and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you all have a very nice day. Alright, what's up mate? Let's go over there. Go on.
Can we do it on externals again?
Let's just go into the other room.
Yeah. I can send you evidence as well.
Well, you can text me evidence. Alright, what's up?
So basically, we were there was a person, the person who was just released. He was kicking our van and whatnot, and we were gonna chase him. Obviously, we can't really chase him. He's a motorcycle. We put the bike on a watch list. Blah blah blah. It's all good. Alpha Mike catched him. Caught him. Sorry, and he went down in the process due to the taser charge. We took him to pillbox, and my driver Alex Finn decided that it'd be funny to teabag the down suspect in the bed, actually stick his balls in the mouth of the suspect, which I told him to stop. I have a witness who was in the bed who saw it, and I also have the CCTV of the hospital, and also my statement and another person's statement. Yeah. So it was just misconduct. It wasn't very professional, and it was kind of fucked up, to be honest.
Okay. Alex Finn, did you say?
Yeah, Alex Finn. That's why we've had to let that guy go, because solicitors are like, he's traumatized. He's been through enough. He's been teabagged and sexually assaulted by an officer.
I agree. What I'm going to do, mate? I'm going to send you a form. If you could fill it out for me, please, with a right statement in there, and then send it to me. If you sort out getting me the CCTV or your body cam or whatever as well.
I've already got it.
Okay, good. Send that to me as well on with the usual channels, and if you can get the witness to fill out a statement for us as well.
The witness statement's already done.
Oh, brilliant! Just send it all to me, and I will. I'll make sure it gets dealt with.
Cheers, mate. Now I send this to on externals. I'll get your report done now, so it's done quicker. You have to spend much time on the station.
Mate, can you get off my bed, please?
Don't teabag him.
Can you get off my fucking bed, mate? I'll shoot my dick up your ass.
Okay. So, what's your occupation, Mr. Hussein? Sorry, did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I'm a taxi driver at the moment.
Okay. You're a taxi driver. Okay, so obviously we're going to be talking about the incident that occurred at Pillbox Hospital and the run up to that. If at any point you do take a break, just let us know. Obviously, it's quite an emotional subject.
Of course, yeah.
So, roughly what time did this happen? Do you remember?
So, it was around 6:30, 7 o'clock.
In the evening?
In the evening, yeah.
Okay. And you said in your initial statement you were riding your motorcycle, is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Whereabouts were you riding it?
This was Lower Legion car park right in front of there. That's between Lower Legion and the Noble store, so that traffic light there.
Is that the same traffic light that you saw the police on at?
Yeah, that's when they stopped at and decided not to move off from.
Okay, then just talk through what happened, please.
So obviously, the police officer. So I was running around and I heard one of the police officers say something. I'm sure it was PC Finn. He said made a comment, but I didn't really hear. I didn't really catch him, so I turned the bike around. As I turned around, he left Noble Store, went to the traffic lights. So I went behind the traffic lights and I stopped. The lights went green. He didn't move off. I horned, and that's when he said that if you horn again, I'm going to tase you through the windows. I ignored the remark. He carried on going forward. I carried on going forward. I was behind him. He was in front of me. Then we turned right from Low Legion towards the hospital. He sped up quite dramatically to about 50 miles per hour. I was behind him, and then he slammed on his brakes, coming to a complete stop. I was on the bike and I couldn't come to that complete stop. As you could imagine, the bike is quite difficult to brake, so suddenly I went into the back of his van, obviously making me fall off the bike and hurt my shoulder. As I was getting up, PC Finn, Alex Finn it was, he came out of the van with his taser drawn, aimed it and said, "Put your hands up." While he was saying that, I decided to run for my life. He shot the taser, he missed the shot, and I got into a bike and rode away. And about 5-10 minutes later, I was riding around and I got chased by a police officer. Eventually, this police officer caught me. And when I did stop, they tased me and arrested me. During the arrest, they were quite aggressive, and as a result, it broke my arm and I needed a hospital admission due to this. After I was in cuffs and restrained on the floor, PC and Finn came over to me and started telling me all these charges. A lot of them are bogus, like obstruction of police, criminal damage, etc., etc. And I was like, none of them are true, and they kept saying that you rammed into our van, and I was like, why would I ram into your van? I'm on a motorcycle. So giving the impression to all the other police officers that I did it intentionally. They put me in the back of the van. I was extremely aggressive, to be fair. I was extremely pissed off. They brought me down to the hospital, and I admitted myself in as a patient. As I was being admitted, that's when PC Finn decided to climb onto the bed and started to sexually assault me. I told him to stop, and he continued as his motions got more aggressive. And PC De Niro at that point realized that the situation was getting completely out of hand and said to me to stop. And at that point, he did stop and he got off the bed. Of course, I was in a very vulnerable state as a patient with a broken arm. I couldn't move. I was on a lot of drugs. But I was able to obtain the hospital footage, which I've shown to relevant authorities, and it's clear that his intentions were rape. Of course, these effects have been quite dramatical on my mental health, as well as just my security and sense of self-esteem. So I want to take this further.
Okay.
And I've never met PC Finn in the past. So my biggest concern was, as I said to these solicitors, was if he's met me for the first time and behaved in that manner, how would he behave afterwards?
Of course. Of course.
Okay, so go back to hospital. So he only stopped when PC Nero told him to stop. Is that what you said? Sorry.
Say that again, sorry.
Did you say he only stopped when PC Nero told him to? Is
Yeah,
that correct?
that's when he
Okay.
stopped, yeah.
Okay. And you've never met PC Finn before?
No, I haven't.
Is it true that you were also cuffed while on the bed? Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Yes.
I was also in cuffs while on bed.
So while this incident took place, you were in cuffs, yeah. Okay. Cuffs with a broken arm. Sandra,
And have you had
Alex,
any dealings with PC Finn since then?
No, I've not seen him since.
Okay. Do you want to just have read over the statements you're soliciting?
Yeah,
Just
I'm
make
quite happy with
sure-
that. I've been reading that as you've been typing. I'm quite happy with that.
Okay. If you're quite happy, will you do me a favour? Just sign at the very top for us, please, where it says signature. So the declaration that says it's true to the best of your knowledge, please.
I would also just like to add a point from myself.
Yeah, that's signed.
That PC Dinero was absolutely outstanding in this whole situation. I would just
Yeah.
like to, from my point of view, and I'm sure Mr. Hussein here,
Yeah, no, I was quite
Um,
happy with his.
PC Dinero handled this, in my opinion, very professionally and very commendable. I just want to put that out there to yourself, Inspector.
Okay. It is noted. I have noted it in the statement as well.
Fantastic.
And then just one more signature, please, just after the last word on the statement. Just that way, nothing else can be added after that. Then. Constable Finn.
Sir?
Right. Place your hands up, please. It's moment of time being placed under arrest.
What?
This moment of time you're under arrest for sexual assault. You do not have to say
What?
something that may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something
What?
later on in court. Anything you do say may be evidence. Grounds to arrest have received information that on the 15th of July 2022 you sexually assaulted an individual in Pillbox Hospital. The necessity for the arrest is for the
Can we not
proper
do this
effective
here in front of
investigation of the
everyone?
offence and prevent loss of evidence. Do you understand that?
Sir, can we not do this in front of everyone?
Unfortunately,
I request privacy.
you requested. We are going to have to take you to the Switch police station where we're going to interview, okay?
Okay.
So just follow me, we'll go down to the garage and we'll go to the Switch, alright? This interview has been recorded and the recording may be used as evidence should your case go to trial. The time is 15:06 on the 16th of July 2022. I am Police Chief Inspector 1484 Avion Solar of the Los Santos Police Department. With me today is James.
Detective Constable James Smith, 2901.
And today we're going to be interviewing
Police Constable Alex Finn, badge number 1836 with the Frontline and Response Division.
for the offence of sexual assault. Now, if I could discuss this with you, I've got to caution you. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something that you later on in court. Anything that you do say may be in evidence. Understand that?
Yes, can I make a couple of requests before we start?
Go on.
I request to be questioned by at least one rank senior. I also request that if anyone is to leave the room, it is announced on the DIR for the tape.
Noted. In this interview, you have the right to have a solicitor present. You've chosen to exercise this right, and today you're being represented by
Alexander Ferrari.
Police Constable Finn. Are you happy for Alexander Ferreira to represent you?
Yes.
Are you happy you have enough time with your solicitor before this interview
Yes.
to discuss the offence? Okay, doc. So, talk to what was happening around 18:30 on the 15th of July 2022, please.
So it started with me coming onto shift. As always, I always take out the police van because it seems like no one else wants to take it. So I assigned myself Romeo Sierra 1, that being myself in the Mercedes Sprinter that is owned by the Los Santos Police Service.
Alpha Mike 2 State 2.
I went out on patrol and I was heading up to the Marabunta area where I received a dispatch over the communications radio by who was then revealed as Paul De Niro. Paul De Niro asking it was urgent for me to come back to Los Santos Police Station. I blue lighted as I was told it was urgent, and I came into the garage where Paul De Niro stopped me and said, "As a trainee police sergeant, I'm having to issue you with one warning point. Please look at the evidence." So I was sent the evidence via D-mail, which was then a Rick Ashley video of Never Gonna Give You Up, which I thought was very, very unprofessional.
Tango Romeo, in the Charlie 1, currently in
Putting that
pursuit of
aside,
Sam
we went out on
Jacobs,
patrol.
band driver, currently
We
moving to
came across
3-2
a
for
motorcyclist
comms in the
by
train
the
yard.
Lower Legion car park. The motorcyclist was repeatedly smashing into our police van and cop baiting, if that's what people call it nowadays. So whilst driving, Paul said, "Just brake." I just need to sort something, so I braked, and the bike went into the back of the van. At this moment in time, we realised that the bike was actually cop baiting, as he kept doing circles around us while we were trying to head up to the auto exotic place to continue our normal daily patrol. Whilst going up there, I radioed in that the bike was cop baiting and that he is to be pulled over and arrested for criminal damage. The bike gave chase where multiple Lima units, a firearms unit, 2 Alpha Mike units, and myself were in pursuit of this vehicle, which lasted about 15 minutes. The vehicle was then pulled. The bike was then pulled over. The occupant of the bike, who then identified himself as Marshall Hussein, had to be tasered off the vehicle and placed into cuffs. The suspect required medical attention quite urgently, so he was again blue lighted by myself and PC Paul De Niro to the nearest hospital, being Pillbox Hill. Arriving at Pillbox Hill, he was checked in and seen by the physicians. We went round into the ward to check on his progress, where he made a sexual and homophobic remark to myself, which I found very disgusting and discriminating. Therefore, I climbed on the bed, and if this is what you call it, teabag, I came off. Paul said, "Stop." That's fine. That's not a problem. I stopped. Okay. That was the end of the situation. Marshall Hussein carried on, as seen in the CCTV footage, provoking myself to the point where I was on a very short fuse from also being called the homophobic slur, which I take great offence to. Sutton, I've read the report of something being about charges being dropped. That is not the case. I did not arrest the suspect. That was Paul De Niro, and I did not write the report. That was Paul De Niro, as stated by the police national computer. He was taken back after receiving medical treatment by the physicians at Pillbox Hill. He was then transported via Roma Sierra 1 to the nearest police station, being Mission Row Police Station. He was placed in a cell, and a solicitor was called. Lewis Spector was called, who resided over the case and represented the suspect. At this time, I had no involvement. I was stood outside, where I had a chat with Mr. Ferrari about deciding about another case. Paul De Niro wrote the report, as you can see again, on the police national computer. After that, Lewis Spector requested to see the CCTV, where Paul De Niro then shown him the CCTV. At that point, the suspect was then let go, completely unaware to myself. I was then, I asked Paul, would you like to go back out on patrol? He said, not at the minute, I've got some things to sort out. And that was the end of it.
Okay. So let's go back to the bit about the bed. You said he said a homophobic slur,
He
and
did, yes.
that resulted in you climbing the bed. Is that correct?
Yes, I took great offence, and I thought it was very discriminating towards myself.
So why did you climb the bed then?
Without going into too much detail about myself, I was on a very short fuse and quite upset about the slur that was previously made. Therefore, I climbed onto the bed unwillingly, which I completely hold my hands up to. Not sure what I was doing at the moment in time. I thought it would be a funny idea to do so, having no sexual assault reminder on me, on myself, doing that. That was not the, what's the word? Was not the reason I was doing it, to say the least. I had no sexual assault intent in my mind and never have done.
Okay, so what did you do on the bed? You said it was teabagging. How would you define that?
Crouching up and down.
And what's the purpose of that?
It's a simply insult.
Simple insult. Did the suspect, Mr. Hussein, consent to this at all?
No, he did not.
Did you touch Mr. Hussein at all while doing that?
No.
No. You did not in any way, not sexually or any otherwise, touch Mr. Hussein whilst climbing on the bed?
No.
Okay. How would you describe Mr. Hussein's state when you climb on the bed?
Completely alert and awake. He was making, again, homophobic slurs and remarks. He was also provoking myself and PC Paul De Niro.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Was he handcuffed at all?
I'm not sure at this moment in time, as I don't remember.
Do you recall Mr. Hussein having any injuries at the time?
Again, as I was kept out the loop by my fellow colleague, I wasn't aware of his injuries at the time. I wasn't sure what injuries he had sustained.
He was in hospital though, wasn't he?
Yes, but that doesn't mean I know the extent of his injuries. It could just be something as simple as he's broken his toe.
Mm-hmm.
That would not leave him incapacitated. Yes, he would require medical treatment, but then again, that would not leave someone incapacitated, if you agree.
Okay. In the statement he provided to us, Mr. Hussein states that you sexually assaulted him whilst he was in the bed. Why would he say that if you didn't?
Marshal Hussein is a prolific offender, known to the Los Angeles Police Service. I can see where he's come across as calling it sexual assault. However, no hands nor body parts were touched on the suspect, Marshal Hussein, at any given time. And as we all know, there is conflict between eyes and CCTV footage, as we are all aware.
Okay. But if we do take a look at the CCTV footage, which is exhibit Mike Hotel 01, you can quite clearly see when you climb on the bed, you actually stood on top of Mr. Hussein.
Not in my eyes, sir.
Not in your eyes. Mm-hmm.
I understand what I did was completely inappropriate. However, I'm not, quote unquote, a monster.
Okay. DC Smith, do you have anything you'd like to ask?
Can I just also ask, I'd like to be questioned by at least one rank senior.
DC Smith, do you have any questions you'd like me to ask?
Negative.
Okay. So, the time by my watch is 15:17 on the 16th of July 2022. I'm going to be concluding this interview. Then why didn't you make a complaint about it so we could investigate it?
I did make a complaint. I made 2 complaints actually, and nothing was done about it, like per usual. Because, funny enough, I guess who leads up the new department in the investigations, whatever you call it, you.
Just no complaint was received about it, mate.
I'm sure about that.
Ah, boy.
You can huff and puff all you want, but you know you're wrong. You caused this. You've caused today.
I mean, I'm not the one who's taken a firearm and pulled it on another officer.
It's all you're doing. You are the reason it's come to this. You're the reason why I've had to scrounge. I've had to sell my house. I don't have anything anymore. Suspended without pay.
I mean, you could always got another job whilst you were suspended. That's what other people have done.
Stay 15.
I tried and I still couldn't because of what you did.
I'm going to position myself on the roof.
Common knowledge.
To be honest, mate, I could do with you ready to breach, especially with the flashbangs.
Because of what you
If
did,
it comes to it, I could
do
do
with
with
you
you on foot ready to move in.
Yeah, alright, I'll sneak next to you.
Associate with me anymore.
Pardon, sorry, you went very quiet again.
Can you just tell me the original charge that you put on the PNC?
For yourself?
Yeah,
Well,
say
not
it
sure
loud
at the
and proud
moment.
so the other officers can hear.
I'm sure Alex needs to know what it's being charged with, so...
So what was the original charge, Mr. Solar?
Whereas, at the moment, are you happy to discuss this, Mr. Finn, in front of everyone?
Yeah, I want the other officers to know what you've done.
At the moment, you've been charged with sexual assault
Have we got road
and
police
dangerous
right
driving.
Oh, so you've changed it. So
Awful
originally it was rape. So you've changed it. I
If you
see.
haven't
Well,
already,
well,
Just
That was
thank
a PNC issue.
Sorry, mate.
It was an EU issue because you're the one that submitted the charges.
you
You
repeat,
fucking
please?
ape.
If you haven't already,
All right, mate. Come on. There's no need for the harsh words anymore, is there?
You submitted the fucking charges, yeah. Because the
I mean-
last time I checked, the PNC didn't have a fucking mind of its own.
I mean, listen here. You gotta expect him to be angry. You've pretty much turned his life upside down in the past few weeks, haven't you?
I mean, not really. He's been waiting a court date.
And what have I
In
done
my-
in the meantime? Contemplated multiple times, just ending it all. Going. Done.
Well, then I suggest you need to get some help, not this. This isn't going to bring you any help or any closure, mate. That
help
officer's
can I
done
get?
nothing wrong.
Or what help can I get other than a jail cell?
The NHS,
What are they? gonna do?
counselling.
But I'll still be behind bars, won't I, for something that was clearly thrown out.
It's not been thrown out, mate. It's waiting for the court.
No, it has been thrown out. Clearly, you're out the loop, aren't you?
Apparently so, but
Clearly,
last
you're so
I
far
heard,
you're so far up your own arse.
last I heard, he was waiting for a court date.
You don't even consider other officers' feelings and how they might feel and how their mental state might be.
Come on, Alex. You're gonna make this worse. Just give it up before anyone gets hurt.
No, I can't.
You need help.
You know I can't do that.
You need help. Derek's not done anything to hurt you.
I know I've done no. I know I need help, but you're the one that's caused all this. And not one point did you say, "How you getting on, Alex? Do you need a bit of help? Maybe do you want to talk about it? Do we get someone for you?" No, you left me. You stripped me of everything and just let me go, like I was like you were kicking the dog out and sending him to the pound.
We didn't strip you.
And the
You're
officer that's
suspended,
and
mate.
the officer that's moving to the gate, tell him to fuck off. Moving to the garage door.
We just make sure we give him space. Don't want to antagonise him. So
You
what?
can very much agree, and as I said in the interview, that this was out open in the eye of the police. This wasn't restricted. You changed the PNC name after I fucking mentioned it.
I did, yeah. It was restricted.
I had to get updates on my PNC and the charges off another officer because you didn't give them to me.
Were you not sent your postal requisition? Did you not receive that? Listing your charges?
Avian, can we try and reiterate what he wants
One
from this?
second.
He wants to send a message.
In my mind,
send a
sending
text if he
message-
wants.
In my mind, sending a message is hurting the
So,
officer. I need to know what he wants to do.
So what do you want from this? What's your end game, chaps?
Just wait. Don't you worry. Just wait.
They've got him on his
Checking
PNC.
something out.
On the 15th of July 2022, Chief Inspector Avian Solar was in the custody suite, having recently arrested a suspect when PC Paul De Niro
He's reading out the
approached
report.
Chief Inspector Solar to make a report against
Some
another
report.
officer.
Can I just put in there? Funny enough, it was PC Paul De Niro who was one of them 4 on the motorbikes, who was talking about this case. Which, funny enough, my car will have evidence
Is there no
of
side
on the
entrance
dash
into
cam.
this place?
Negative.
PC De Niro stated that
And
he
know
had
what
been
the layout's
patrolling
like
with
up
PC
there.
Alex
Wonder
Finn.
where he could be hiding.
Whilst he was inside
He's
Pillbox
behind the lockers,
Hospital,
I
he
believe.
witnesses PC Finn sexually assault a member of the public who he never knew to be Marshall, who he knew to be Marshall
What's he
Hussein
reading?
by
Reading out a report.
quote teabagging him.
The report
end quote.
against himself.
PC De Niro
he
stated to
molest
Chief
someone?
Inspector Solar that Hussein had been
That's
placed under arrest
classified.
by PC Finn. However, due to
Doesn't sound like it is anymore.
the incident at Pillbox
You may
Hospital,
want to
all
make sure
charges
you've
were
got a
dropped.
copy of that report in case
Hussein
he's
provided a
released.
statement to PC De Niro. And
It's
it was
already
passed
with the
on to
courts,
Chief
so it's
Inspector
fine.
Solar. Chief Inspector Solar reached out to the solicitor of Hussein, a Mr. Micmac, who arranged a meeting with Hussein so that Chief Inspector Solar could clarify some things in the statement, as well as obtain CCTV.
How many
of
of them are in
hospital that had
possession of
been
firearms?
Secured by Mr.
I believe
Mack
both might be.
at around 2:30.
Well, I believe there's 3
the
people.
16th of July 2022. Chief Inspector Solar,
And
in the
I
presence
reckon
of
at least 2.
I believe one of them's
Constable James
Gareth.
Smith arrested PC Finn at Mission Row Police Station.
I heard his
transported
voice.
him to custody at Vespucci Police Station, where PC Finn requested
Think-
a solicitor.
I think one might be Strawberry.
Questioned about the offence, PC Finn
Gareth Adam.
made some statements, which I'm unable to access at the moment.
I heard his voice. I don't know if he's on duty or not though.
But they're all
Under the same
accessible
call
via
sign as
Google
Derek
Docs.
earlier.
The only charge on there was.
They don't get a read on the plate in the car.
2003, section
Yeah, I've
1
got it.
rape.
It's registered to Alex Finn. I beat my head in.
So where's the dangerous driving one?
Wasn't on that one. That was down to solicitors. So you'll have to speak to them about that.
Yeah, but you were who was the person who created that report?
Myself, but I didn't come up with the charges. The solicitors
Well,
did.
surely the PNC would have to be updated if I'm wrong.
No, that's just the initial police report.
But you sent me a Regulation 17 notice with dangerous driving on it.
That's due
Therefore,
to.
that charge would have to be in the PNC for you to issue the Regulation
Ryan, there's not one on
17.
that left side, I'm pretty sure.
Or that would be classed as making up
There is.
charges, wouldn't it?
No, because Regulation 17 just means you're under investigation for something. I did decide I wasn't going to pursue it as a misconduct for that. However, the solicitors said they want to go after it for criminal. It was down to them.
So they wanted to go down it for criminal charges. So why am I being looked into by the police for misconduct then?
Because both can happen at the same time.
But going back
Well, you
to
should have said
dangerous
Adrian,
driving charge, where's this
it's
come
because
from?
you're holding a
It's
gun
not
to an
original
officer's
PNC.
head.
And
Mate.
but it's on the Regulation
Beware, there's
17.
silver car waiting on a bridge. He's been circling around for a while right now.
Haven't got an answer, have we?
No, I couldn't hear you. You got a
So,
very loud then. Go on.
Dangerous driving is on the Regulation 17 notice which was given to myself, but it's not on the PNC when you issued both.
Yes, because I decided I wasn't going to pursue that one for internal thing, but the solicitor decided they wanted to.
But then you didn't send me an updated copy of the Regulation 17 notice.
Yeah, there's
without
3.
the
There's no
charge.
need to.
He just drove away.
Surely, so when I asked to see your codes of practice, and you sent me them,
Mm-hmm.
I read over them, and I also got some assistance from a couple of colleagues who hold quite a good state of authority within the police force, who said they would have had to that you would have had to update the Regulation 17 and resent it out without the dangerous driving charge.
No, like I say, it's just a notice to inform you that you are being investigated. It's not that you have been found in misconduct or anything like that. It's just letting you know you've been
admit it, mate.
investigated.
Just admit it, you fucked up in this
He
case,
breached.
mate. Just
Yeah,
admit it.
he's circling
Just
around in here, sir.
That's all I need to hear, that you fucked up once.
Okay, maybe there's some things we could have done better. We could have looked at restricting it a bit better. How better? That's I'll admit that that could have been handled better.
Yeah, get him going if you can.
So you're admitting it could have been
I'm
handled
trying
better.
to.
Yeah, the fact that the that it didn't stay restricted. That's an issue that needs to be looked into, doesn't it?
But who's going to look into it? You?
Yes.
But why you when you're the one that created it? It shouldn't be done by someone independent.
Because that's my
There we
job.
go. It's you looking at cases that you fucked up on to cover your own tracks instead of looking at other officers and getting them to maybe do it for you. So it's the same as where you write an essay, for example. You get someone else to proofread it, or you get someone to proofread anything you do to make sure you've not missed anything, which you have missed multiple things in this case, which has now ended up with me being in this situation.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on that.
No. There is no agree to disagree.
Just agree with him. Just bullshit
It's
him.
fucking me agreeing and you agreeing with me.
Apologise.
So what happens if I agree? You're going to let Derek go because he's done nothing wrong here.
Well, that won't make much point, would it? Because at the end of the day, you're still going to go for the fucking stupid charges, aren't you, mate?
Like I say, it's with the courts. It's out of my hands, mate.
Just out of general curiosity, how many people have you fingered to get to Chief Inspector?
None, mate. I'm good, just good at my job.
Because clearly some asses have been violated.
You
for to get
fucking
there.
lick Barry's arse to that rank.
Not at all.
Can you tell me who the Chief of Police is at the minute?
What do you mean by that? We don't have a chief of police.
Who's chief constable?
Eric.
And I know there is one.
There you go.
Who's
Who's
also
chief
the
constable?
deputy? Who's the deputy chief constable or the assistant chief constable?
At the
That's
moment,
Bowen. But he's currently
Roden.
Yes.
So he's still active then, isn't he? He's still in active position. But who's in charge of police?
Eric.
Barry.
Don't know, do we?
Eric is in charge of police. Barry is in charge of the City of Los Santos Policing.
Surely know who their chain of command is.
Eric is in charge of the police.
Wow.
Barry is in charge of the
had to
City of Los
answer.
Santos
That
Policing.
He had to get. He had
Excuse
to
me,
answer that.
officer.
Was
Officer,
Eric
can you
Stevens?
can
Did
you
he?
Officer, can you just state your name, rank, and number for me?
I don't want to be rude, but no.
No, I just want to prove a point.
Feel free to prove a point, but all I'm going to be giving you
What's
is
your rank?
4 numbers.
What's your rank?
That's classified.
I just wanted to know, is it constable, police sergeant, police inspector?
Unfortunately, that's still classified.
So, the thing on
How
your
is
shoulders
someone's
is
police rank
classified.
classified? How is that
Associate
classified?
6, I have
I'm not
a
sure.
individual who
That's an odd one,
perimeter
that, isn't it?
a few times that
How someone's
told to
police
stop.
rank, name, and number.
Just keep
would
them
be
away.
classed as
Don't bother fully
classified.
chasing. Just keep them at a
Why
distance.
would that be?
I think he'll
Because-
gladly give us the collar number, but
Yeah,
just
chase him
not
out,
the
his car is
rank.
broken.
I mean, surely rank will be something that is displayed constantly on your
Because
person.
I'm not looking to identify you. I just want to know your rank.
Is the point you're trying to make that officer
That you're
knows
a
more than I
fucking
do?
idiot.
Well, okay, okay.
Yes. I'm trying to prove the point that you're a fucking idiot.
Well,
So we'll go over it again. Who's in charge of police and who's the assistant chief constable?
The
I'm not
Assistant
sure-
Chief Constable is Avery Johnson.
Oh dear.
And without checking your wank book or your pocket book, whatever you fucking call it, I'll give you a couple of minutes to go find out who's the assistant fucking chief constable and who is the chief constable.
The Assistant Chief Constable is Avery Johnson's deputy is
Was the
Broden
only
McKimble.
person you've been able to
CC
jack
is
off is
Eric
Barry.
Stevens.
I believe it's Avery Johnson's the assistant. You've got the deputy Bowden, and you've got Eric as the chief.
I'm sure Eric will be disgusted of what you've done. Especially not knowing who the chief constable is, Eric, as the chief inspector and the head of division for response and frontline. And also, what position have you just taken up, might I ask?
I'm the head of professional standards.
There's nothing fucking professional about you, mate. Fuck all professional.
Like I said, mate, you're perfectly entitled to your opinion.
It's not just my opinion, trust me.
Okay, well, like I said, if there's a complaint, make it, and it will be looked into by other officers, not myself.
Oh, that's a fucking lie.
I've
It's
been in the
not.
city for over a year, and whenever I get arrested, for example, I always have a lot of shit thrown in my way about you, specifically, Avian. That you're
Okay.
always up on people's asses constantly.
What sort of stuff?
Too much to name.
Well, okay.
Well, you
Right.
run this over quickly, so if we sit here for the next 3 hours going over all the shit that you've done because you're so professional and have high standards.
I just want Derek to walk away safely, chaps.
Who?
Derek. Officer Sutton.
If we can try Avion, get a verbal from Derek to make sure he's still okay.
You still okay, Derek?
I'm
Derek's
okay.
fine. Don't you worry about Derek.
Okay. All right. You're gonna be fine, mate. Okay.
The little yellow button on the camera sends it to the cloud, but I need. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's uploaded. I believe.
Derek, have you still got your radio on?
No, yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. So what other police officers have we got here then? we've
So
got
what's your end game from this? You've asked me a lot of questions, and now it's my turn. What's your end game? What do you want?
I want you fucked, mate. I want you absolutely anally rammed out of the police.
Then make a
you are a
complaint and do it the right way. This isn't the right way to do it, then, is it?
What is the right way? By the professional and standards division. Yeah, there.
Put in a complaint. Other officers look into it. It's got to be officers above me that look into it.
that we'll deal with.
I can't deal with complaints about myself. It'll be officers above me who have to look into it.
And who are them officers, by the way?
The superintendent, the chief superintendent, and the assistant chief constable, chief constable, deputy
What
chief
is the
constable.
superintendents now? There seemed to be such a massive turnover.
Roden and Lewis.
Yeah, we've got Lewis.
Not you.
Lewis Richardson's the superintendent. You've got Broden's acting as superintendent at the moment in time. You've got Barry as the chief super.
Intriguing. Do you want to just check on the
For the
radio
record, I know who the
just
SIs
and-
are.
And shouts just so I can hear you actually checking. See if CJ and Dylan are about. Or, I don't know, Alicunta maybe?
Do we have a CJ, Dylan Price, or Alicunta about? There you go. Just give them a second to see if they get back to us. But I'm pretty sure they're not.
Negative on Alicante. I don't know about the other two.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not about, mate. They're not on duty.
Who is on duty, by the way?
Myself and other officers.
That's not what I asked.
I can't give you the names of officer on duty, mate. For the same reason, I wouldn't release the details about your
Is it Inspector Kate Anderson from CID? Is she knocking about?
She is.
But I don't want your troller pass taking over negotiations.
Pardon? You don't want me to be negotiating?
Yeah.
Well, I'm the one you've got at the moment, mate. So just talk to me.
Get her as well. We'll get some CID.
Who, me?
No,
Me?
they're always fun.
I'll get on.
Yeah.
Yeah, CID's already here, but.
What's happening, Derek?
They want me to tell them who's on duty.
Is our best thing.
But the PNC has that ability.
There you go, mate.
I don't think it does. I think that's on his radio.
At his rank, that wouldn't have that ability. That's only for operators or FIM dispatchers. Yeah, female touch is always good. It's one of our best weapons as a female. So get Catherine.
Yellow button.
I'll get her over now.
Delta Oscar 1.
That is.
Okay.
Oh, so Kate Anderson is on duty. So you've now lied to me.
I never said she wasn't.
Pretty sure you did. So do you want to do me a favour and get Kate Anderson down here for me?
She's on her way now.
Yeah, she's on the way.
Who else have we got?
No. No, they're not. I'm not seeing anybody of rank.
As all we know so far. But I believe there's someone to my close left who could be in possession of a dual-handed weapon.
Shit, okay.
Why'd you close left to me behind that little wall?
Yeah, when I arrived, I saw
If Kieran Tiger
some
comes
sort of
here,
a
I'm gonna
body
run out there and punch him in the face. I don't think
Well,
you
his arms were in the position to be holding something substantial, but I wasn't able to make out anything. Also, be aware, Avion, that door that you're right next to does also open.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I'm fine.
All right, mate. You're gonna be okay. Okay, Derek. Stay with us, okay?
I want to go home.
Chief Inspector Avian Solo, 1484.
Not you, knobhead.
Know who you are.
Really? You've called me so many names, I was unsure.
What are you doing to me?
I'm petting your head.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got one detained. He was
He's got the
hiding
jerry
in that
can
container, I
in the mood
believe.
for waterboarding today.
No.
Good.
Mate, don't harm the officer.
Gonna find out who he is.
We're not. We're giving him a bath. You should have
Don't pour petrol. Don't pour petrol over the officer. It's not a good way, is it?
It's water.
It's water.
Yes, mate.
If they start waterboarding him, awesome.
I think I'm not fucking bad. Jesus, wept.
I need him alive for Rock Venice, so you must save him.
I think that's something you should be doing. Fucking lighting people on fire, ocean dumping, whatever you do nowadays.
I'll do my best to save him, mate. You worry.
That's not our job. Our job's to make people pay for the crimes.
Yeah. Oh, mate, sure.
Mhm.
Half your fucking police force doesn't do its job. I mean, you guys have seen the amount of fucking protests that have been going on outside your station the past few weeks. I mean,
And because you want your fucking head on
it
a
must
stake.
be a bit fucking obvious what you need to do. Like, it's
Do us a favour and resign.
obviously you're not handling it very well, are you?
Is that what you want? Is that you? If I resign, will you let Derek go?
I'm talking, you're listening. The police
I
are
know you
such a
can't
happy
resign
place.
here and now. I know you got to put in a notice.
And we have a laugh and we fucking go round together, you know, talking to the members of the public, you know, grabbing a bite to eat on that. But when you come on, Jesus Christ, it's like me Willie getting in cold water. Fucking nothing left of it. Gone.
So, Avian.
Yes.
What are you gonna do then? You're gonna resign? I mean, that's the obvious thing to do at this point.
Will you let Derek go if I put in my notice then?
And, all officers on scene. At
Yeah,
one
we're
point
still
or
here
another
for 2 weeks, so
start,
if you notice to
protective
go
face
through.
gear on.
We
Also
can't do
use
that.
Gas masks.
What do you guys want? Because I want Derek to be safe.
Resign with immediate effect.
I can't. I've got to give 2 weeks' notice. They won't accept it immediately.
I'm not taking the piss.
Just fucking do it, man! Fuck's sake!
I ain't taking the piss no more, mate.
So get me a pad of paper, please.
Pad of paper.
I'll go and investigate the shot.
I need something to write it on, don't I?
This is work. Let's get me notepad out real quick and scribble some "I want to resign." Avian, I'm sure you're the one doing the fucking harm to the police force. They're win-hungry cunts constantly.
That's fine.
So what will it take for you to let him go? Is that what you want? Do you want me to put my resignation in?
Yeah, I want you gone.
I think they're local.
And then if the moment I've given, I write my resignation, are you happy to?
Can someone tell Catherine to get a gas mask on, please?
Spray the phone on fleek.
Are you happy for me to? I have to let Derek go.
Listen, Avian.
Yep.
I'm gonna just say this: we have reassurance. If you don't resign, there is stuff that'll get you fired instead. All right?
Okay, then why did you not go through down that alley?
Give you
if
a
you
chance.
if you got genuine complaints, put them in.
Here's a chance. You resign, nothing comes shit on you. If you let this thing go through, you'll probably end up getting yourself a misconduct charge like Alex here. And then your name will be dragged through the fucking dirt. Alright? Now what's your option? At least we're giving you it, and like Alex never got that option.
Then let Derek go and go through that route.
What you're gonna do is, because you still have my number, you're gonna text me with your resignation
I've got 2 flashes.
and the reasons as to why.
Just in case.
Now we've got lots of vending machines and fucking coffees and Kit Kats to keep Derek nice and satisfied. We'll have a cup of tea party, yeah? We're
They've
gonna
even
wait.
left me a pillow to have a nap if need be.
Okay, that's not quite how resignations work. I can't send it to yourself. It's not you who receives it.
Which tree?
Is that Kate Anderson outside?
Take a picture of it on your phone for fuck's sake if need be. Is that Kate?
Avian, can I get a sit rep?
Hiya, lovely.
Why does he want me?
I believe he wants you because he doesn't want me. It's
it's
former police constable Alex Finn who's currently suspended for sexual assault. He's got Derek Sutton hostage along with one other individual.
Malfeasance in a public office. That'll do.
Has
Wait,
he
Alex Finn
firearm?
has taken hostage.
Yes, at least one firearm. I don't have Tweedle, unfortunately.
Well,
I don't trust it.
Avian, make a Tweedo and hope to fuck that it's got a spell check with your spelling. Alright?
Hey, that's a bit personal, isn't it?
Hello, Alex. You requested me.
Hey, I'm so sorry to do this.
So if I put that on Tweedle, will you let Derek go?
I want to have a conversation with Kate first.
Alright.
Kate.
Yes.
This is what Avian's done to me. This is what he's led you to. He's fucking... From the conversation we've had in the past 45 minutes or so, we've realised how much malfeasance and wrongdoing he's done in the public office. And I need someone, Kate, I can trust.
Don't let them hurt me, Kate.
Derek, shut the fuck up.
Shut up, Derek, you daft cunt!
Alright, so what do you want to talk about?
I just want everything dropped. I can't do it anymore. I contemplated taking my own life at one point. I was stood on the top of Mount Chiliad with the Glock to my fucking neck, ready to just go.
So you're desperate right now.
I'm desperate to have something done about Avian because this can't go on.
And you're
can't-
angry.
People can't live like this with him doing the stuff that he does to people.
My life is at risk.
Kate.
Yes.
Yeah, let Alex talk in a second, yeah? Alex, at this point, right, it's obvious you're not getting your job back, obviously, you've been pretty much fired at this point, right? But the last thing Alex can do is do a bit of good, is get rid of Avian, alright? That is the goal of this.
Alright, Alex, so you're angry and desperate. Okay, what was that?
I'm not. I am
Said
desperate to have him
explosion,
gone.
obviously.
It's not fair on people like me who have done so good and helped so many people to be treated the way I have. So for him to change charges.
Do you guys have a plan in
charges,
case it goes south?
Not update me within 2 weeks and
Just getting ready for this.
fucking let me
Cracking.
go down.
Jump
this
to switch
road,
positions.
fucking have other officers talk about.
Oh,
my
you've got the
case
dog, don't
and
you?
Fucking laugh about it, and he's done nothing to fucking stop that.
Just hoping this door opens.
Now
It
Derek
does, I
has a
believe.
note in his phone, linking all the evidence I have. Everything that will lead Avian Solar to misconduct charge. I need you, Kate. I need you to help me do this.
To lead a inquiry on Avian.
Avian didn't even know the fucking chief constable, for fuck's sake. Someone else had to do it. Can the firearms officer that's walking about, do you want to just go behind the wall for me?
But Alex,
Yes.
what you're doing right now is, I get you. You are angry and desperate.
Kate, no one's listening to me. I
Yeah.
can't do this anymore.
But quite a situation we have here right now, right?
I can't do this anymore, Kate.
So until we resolve this, I cannot really promise anything. So we need to be on the same level, okay? Because having firearms on each side, on yours and ours, this is about to escalate, and I don't want this. All right?
Holy
What's the ARV doing?
It's not looking
The ARV
good.
is just thinking itself a fucking idiot.
Armed police, step out of the vehicle now or you're going to get shot.
No, but that's not police, that's the problem.
There's that stingers out there. What you planning to do with stingers?
Why are we getting shot?
Wow.
Right.
Why are we getting shot?
So,
Hello.
Oh. Yeah, use
Alex.
all your bullets up first, please.
Alex,
Yes,
can I come closer without you harming me?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Kate, don't go too much further. We believe there's one close left.
If you can confirm that for us, but if they point anything at you, run out and panic.
Yeah, and then we're gonna dome everyone.
Where'd the ARV go?
Make it very clear that if they make
Well, I
any
got
threats
both.
towards you, then this will end a hell of a lot faster than they wanted to.
Right, Alex, I will rely on your word, yeah? Because
yeah.
if I get harmed, this is done.
Detective Inspector Kate Anderson will not be harmed.
Listen, Kate, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna take out Derek's phone here, okay? Right.
Okay, if there's
Alright.
I
one
have the
close
note,
left, tap your radio once
and
for
that
us.
will be sent publicly if this ends up going all sideways, alright? I can see your firearms guys out there
There's
pointing
no
guns through the
one
garage
to the
doors.
left.
What's going on?
Is he high?
They are quite angsty, right? So it's
Sounds
can
like
you
firearms to me.
can you hear me from here? Yeah.
Can you be a bit louder?
Barely.
Oh, okay. I will.
Don't let them
Okay.
hurt me, Kate.
Can
Alex,
you
it's not on your line of
hear me?
sight, as
Can
long
you?
as-
If you can do that,
Can
Vince,
you hear me
considering
from
you're
here?
not fully firearmed
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now.
Yeah.
So
Does
you're
anyone try
being
contact
suspended
NHS, get
right
them on
now, is
standby?
that true?
I don't think there's any available.
Say that again.
So you're being suspended right now, and you cannot hold it anymore. That you have that much pressure from this gossip around this, and Avian doing a shit job. Is that true?
Avian's not just done a shit job. He's mentally harmed me.
All right. And do you have a solicitor on your hand?
No, because no one wants to take the case because of how much bullshit's attached to it.
Okay.
I had a solicitor appointed to me who had to be let go because of other conflicts, and I've had another solicitor who hasn't contacted me because he doesn't even know where to start on the case because of how much bullshit Avian's had.
And what about I tried to find you a solicitor and try to help you with this case? Because if this is escalating, then it's no one and not getting anywhere. You know that, right? Because if this is escalating,
solicitor's gonna help him.
Right.
Eric,
Listen.
Derek, let this.
We didn't want it to get to this, but go ahead.
You see this to my left, right? This is a big shelf, lots of weapons.
Yes.
Right. There is one, just up there. See that blue case?
Yes.
Usually that's where missiles go, but we've removed that and put something else in there. All right. Just as explosive. Okay.
So you say there's a bomb?
Yes.
Okay, exit now.
All right.
Wanted to
And,
hold back as long as we can to see how this is going, but
well,
this seems to be
then-
going.
Jay,
not
we've
very
I
got
need to
confirmation
go.
there's a bomb inside the building.
But
We'd start
Alex,
critical shot on both
you
of them
make
so they
this
can't
then
play triggers.
impossible for me because then I am in immediate danger.
Anyone deploy with a long gun?
No, you're not, Kate. You're not in immediate danger if you listen.
But if
Play
there
your
is a
cards right.
yeah,
quick
but
enough.
there's a bomb and I cannot stand here without being targeted because
Suggest
I
you
don't
go
know.
Get your ballistic shield.
Right. So
I still only have eyes on one offender.
Alex.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be getting fast, but if we can get a flashbang at the top, we can immobilize.
So
If we do it at the same time, Jay, just for.
Can I just add a point?
Good
Do you know
luck.
what the comment was when I was put on
Yeah, mate,
suspended
that's
leave?
not an easy throw.
Yeah.
After the charge and haven't read it. Do you know when I used to drive around my van because I love that
I'm
van?
gonna try
I
and get
really
eyes
did. No,
on
it's not
one
person that used
Okay.
it. Everyone
it's
said
gonna
I
be
had
difficult, he's
children.
behind
in that
things.
van.
Yeah, but
Children?
If he's moving
Yes,
around
people
a
said I
little
had
bit,
children and
I'm
sweets and
guessing
stuff in the back of the
Kate
van.
can
They
have
called
a
me a
rough view
paedophile
of him if he's
because
pointing
of the
around.
charges Avian put against me. I didn't want to say anything, but I think now's the best time to.
161 with the goat. I didn't see any
Okay.
guns on his hand.
So one
We'll still
question.
get crit on him just in
Who's the
case he might
guy
have,
with you?
the trigger for the explosive.
Who am I?
Yeah.
None
But
of
like-
your concern.
Yeah, but Alex, who's that? Is this a friend or is this?
Doesn't matter. I've got the evidence. Don't you worry. It'll all be shown publicly at some point.
But the thing is, it's not only anymore
You'll be
between you and
surprised to
me.
know it was one of your CID officers as well, Kate.
Well, it's not
Derek,
only.
Stand up.
It's not only me and you again. All right.
Yeah, I've
We're
just
moving
seen.
him back. We're just moving him back because I know she's got a lot of firearms.
Yeah, he's on the left hand side. Let's move around the
He
back.
just pulled the gun out. That's why I retreated.
Yeah, Kate, you stay outside now. Shout if necessary, but you're not going in there again.
Just to shove, pull a bullet in your head.
Derek, talk to me. You okay?
Alex.
I don't think it's good that one of your officers is telling me to put a bullet in my head.
Alex.
Kate.
So the thing is, the second person there, it's something I cannot like talk to. He's there,
I'm gonna get dropped shot.
and I'm talking to you. Really, I want to, but if he's still there, I cannot calculate it. You know, it's an variable that I cannot like. Yeah, I cannot talk to both of you right now. I know you, but I don't know
Said
the
that's
other
one just gonna
guy.
get some protection equipment.
This is some situation that is.
Yeah, he was funny. He's following the guy around. He had to get a car. It was so funny.
Or I could just not
keep
speak,
talking, I'll be
and
back
then
in
that
2
would be
minutes.
your issue resolved. Yeah, sure, I'll be quiet. If I'm the variable you can't calculate, Kate, I mean, I can just be quiet, can't I?
X-ray 390, can we
I'm
start
not the
moving
one
some of
that's
the
armed, alright?
response just to pass the gate, just due to
Alex.
the fact of the explosive, so we can just get you guys a bit further out.
What do you want to do,
Alex,
sorry?
can
So,
you
just
show
outside
yourself
the gate,
to
yeah,
me?
just out the gate and just in that area, getting ready to
Why?
go. if need be.
Yeah, do you want F to stay or to go?
No, if you guys can go out as well.
Are you harmed by this person?
If it happens, then obviously you guys can enter, but just because of the bomb, we'll keep you guys out for now.
Alright. Alex, this can be resolved. I can help you to.
No, it can't.
You know the case with Connor and Raymond.
That was completely different.
How is it different?
It was someone else going after him, not the fucking police. Tell
Why is
fucking
someone
Bigfoot
else
to fuck
getting?
off.
Why is someone else getting after him? It was still an internal investigation. The same what happens here.
But everyone liked Connor.
State 5 of rifle.
That doesn't
Where are you positioning, Jay?
that hasn't any impact on the outcome though.
Don't lie to me, there's no way out of this other than the jail cell.
Should be in a good view with cover and be a bit
Well,
covert
to be
Might
honest,
be able to get on the roof behind, I'm not sure though.
it was quite grim looking for Connor as well.
I'm just looking at it now.
What about the flamed out bus in the open
So-
airway?
Well, why don't you let the court decide that and not yourself? If you decide now, you have zero chance. But if you let it go and give it a chance with the solicitor and the court system, you have a chance.
Right, this is what's gonna happen. I'm sick of playing games.
This is not a game, this is a conversation between you and me.
5,
Yes, you can get on the roof.
4.
What's this?
Kate, back out.
What are you doing, Alex?
Jay, he's counting.
Yeah, I'm coming.
It's countdown.
All we do is we
No,
can
no,
just
no.
get cover in case an explosive go off.
You need to breach now.
Stand by, stand by, stand by, I'm here.
I believe I just heard shots fired.
They've shot him in the leg, they've shot him in the leg.
Yeah, Jay, when you're here, we're going to be breaching.
Do you want us down?
Got cover up.
Yeah, I just saw him point the gun again. As soon as you're here, Jay, I'm going to be throwing flash in.
One of your officers come in here.
He's here.
That bullet's going in his head, alright?
Covering with the sniper.
Jay, you ready?
You do not have a
I can't fucking radio here, one mate. Just get on with it.
Yeah,
Right, Jay, breaching. 3, 2, 1. Flash him. In.
Down. He's down. All down. All suspects down. Get a triage plan, please.
Check the vehicle. The license
Someone
plate
get
on
the
it.
bomb,
everyone out there,
someone
just in
get
case of
the
the bomb.
bomb defuse. The case, the blue case on the top of the shelf.
Right, I'll approach and open the boot. Open the boot. Clear.
Ah, fuck you, you cunt! Ah.
Oh,
fuck you, Avian!